remember distinctly hearing God say to me, do not look for a job. The job is going to find you. Like, okay, right. Who's going to pay me that when, like, I don't have no kind of experience? Laugh at God and watch God laugh back at you. Hey, y'all, and welcome back to the Forever Nikki YouTube channel. If you are new, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and thank you for continuing to follow me through every transition that I've been through with this channel, and most importantly for still sticking around despite my having had uploaded anything, and I would say the last several, and I do mean several months. But thank you so much for being here and clicking on this video. So today, y'all, I wanted to do a story time, and I wanted to share this because I feel like sometimes the things that happen for us benefit others, or our experiences benefit others. And when we have certain things happen to us, we definitely should share because it can be encouraging for someone else. I've fought with myself about sharing this because I didn't know how I wanted to share it, and I wanted to be very transparent with it while also being very candid, because I don't want to give out too much information for the sake of my job and everything else. But anyway, without further ado, we're gonna hop right into the video. I just want to start off by saying that this video is about learning or listening to God and allowing God to move in your life so that you can get to the things that you desire, and just trusting God and knowing that when God tells you something, he is always going to honor that promise. So in 2024, April 2024, I started a job. And when I started that job, I remember explicitly telling that company that I was looking for stability. Now, before y'all jump down my throat talking about, oh, stability is illusion and all this stuff with the 9 to 5, this was at a point where that wasn't the idea of 9 to 5 not being stable was not even a thing for me. It wasn't even on my radar. So forgive my lack of knowledge on that, I guess is a good way to put it. But at the time, I was coming out of the mortgage industry, and having been laid off several times, I did not want to be laid off again. I wanted something that I could sit in for a while I'm figuring out what I want to do with myself, career-wise, and business-wise as well. So got the interview with this job, got the job, and I think I actually made a short about it. Like, I think earlier in 2024, when I actually got the job, about how excited I was and how it was going to be full of opportunities, the whole nine. So we, like I said, I get a job in April, and by August, I was being told that the company that I was with was going to be, my department was going to be outsourced to another company. And at that point, we were going to go from being permanent employees to temporary employees, which I was not happy about, because they were putting us on, quote unquote, a 2-year contract, which inside of that contract, if I'm not mistaken, also included a layoff clause, which raised my radar automatically. But nonetheless, when the transition started happening and all of my coworkers started to panic, in that moment, instead of panicking, I chose to just trust God, because there was a knowing that, I remember a peace coming over me, and knowing that no matter what happened, I was going to be good, no matter what happened. So time starts to go on, and I'm in this job, and at this point, I was still a new employee, so my training started to slow down, and I was just basically not really doing any work during this time period. Now, I did start to get concerned, but something my spirit kept telling me to just keep going, stay put, don't move yet. So we come around to January where we make the transition into the new company. And then in about March of that same year after that transition, me and my trainer have a falling out because she has a falling out with another coworker. And instead of me minding my own business and just letting him do whatever, me, the great peacemaker, the one who always wants everything to be okay, decided to try to how should I say? I tried to, just talk to both of them like, hey, this is not the place for that. We're contractors here. Remember that. Just you guys have each other's phone numbers. Don't do this here. One of my other coworkers decided that she wanted to talk to me about her feelings about it. And y'all, make this clear. I will never shun anybody or push anybody away when they want to share with me their feelings. For me, it's not about taking sides. It's just you need a listening ear, so I'm going to listen. I'm not going to comment, but I'll listen. She states her case, and I tell her that she needs to talk to other said coworker. Other said coworker gets upset, and all of a sudden I'm in this war with this other coworker because I didn't take her side. And the trainer is now the coworker who, this is also, mind you, y'all, this is also my trainer. She is now starting to give me more work, purposely trying to overwork me, giving me things that she's know I'm not trained on, not training me anymore. She at that point also told me that the person who she got into it with was going to be my trainer. I wound up having to go to HR, y'all. It was just a whole big mess. So in the midst of all of this, I'm hearing things and seeing things online that this job is gonna lay off soon. So now I'm not only am I getting paranoid because of the layoff possibility, but I'm also in a stressful work environment because said coworker is basically doing things to me to make life uncomfortable for me at work. So I start praying. And I remember distinctly hearing God say to me, do not look for a job. The job is going to find you. Really? That was my thought when I heard it. Really, like I must be losing my mind because clearly I didn't hear what I just heard. Like the job is going to find me. How? Where? Who? How is that going to happen? Silly me for not trusting God, but okay. So I hear it, but instead of listening, what do? I start applying to jobs because I'm uncomfortable. All these jobs that I'm applying for are jobs that I'm more than qualified for. However, I'm not getting any of them. I'm getting everything coming back saying that they went with other candidates. Meanwhile, the job is getting more and more uncomfortable. And I'm hearing God still telling me the job is gonna find you. The job is gonna find you. But I ain't trying to hear that because I am uncomfortable. I want out of this situation and I want out of it now. So again, instead of listening to God, I keep on trying to applying to jobs. And all the while, I know I'm qualified for these jobs, still getting denials. So I think it was in July of this past year. July or August? It was either July or August because what happened after, it wasn't a long turnaround period. But just between July and August, I was sitting at my desk, not having any work to do. And sometimes when I'll write things randomly, and that's how I always know when God is trying to talk to me, because I may write something subconsciously, don't realize what I'm writing, but whatever it is, it'll be applicable to me. So I'm writing on a sticky note, and I may insert it in this video so you guys can see it if I still have the picture. Surrender to God's will for your life. And after I wrote it, I looked, I'm like, surrender to God's will for your life. God, what you trying to tell me? So I began to think about what God had been telling me about my job and about how I needed to stop applying to jobs or not apply to jobs and allow the job to come to me. And so it was in that moment that I says, well, God, since you want me to do this, again, being cute, what salary should I ask for? And God gave me a very specific number. And so, me like, okay, right, who's gonna pay me that when like I don't have no kind of experience that I feel that can get me a salary like that? So I'm kind of laughing to myself, not necessarily laughing at God, but I'm like, this is funny because now I don't know if this is God or me for real. Like, did I just hear that? And is this like, should I really be asking for that salary when I really don't even believe I can get that salary? So anyway, funny me, laugh at God and watch God laugh back at you. So I decided to just listen. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? God had already put us in a situation to where even if I got laid off, my husband and I were going to be okay because money was not an issue at this point. So we I decided to just stop applying. And guess what? True to his word, in September, was it September? Yes, September. I got someone on LinkedIn. Let me go back for a second. In this time period, God had also told me to get on LinkedIn. Mind you, I've never used LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has never been my place to, look for a job, to apply for a job, nothing. I've had a LinkedIn profile, but I never did anything with it. I'm an Indeed girl. So I thought that was funny. Something kept telling me to just go on Indeed, do your profile, and just let it be. Just make sure you're in regular work status. So I did all of that. And it was in September when a recruiter came and got into my inbox and about a job. Now, at first, I was like, I'm not about to reply to this because I had been getting other hits in my inbox, but I kept hearing God saying, nope, don't settle because that's not, I want this particular salary is what you are going to be paid. Again, not believing it, just laughing to myself. But I didn't respond to anybody else. But this particular recruiter, I started not to respond. I started to be like, nah, this can't be because she didn't list the salary. She didn't go into detail about what the position was or anything. Just kind of like, very vague and, reach out, do you want me, are you interested in talking about a possible opening with such and such company and da da da. So something in my spirit was like, just, what can it hurt? That's really where I was like, what can it hurt to find out more information? So I get more information on it. I send her a message back, letting her know I'm interested and let's talk about this position. She sends me the link. I go and read up on the position. Again, I'm not aware of the salary yet. I go and reach out to go review it, go look at the job description. I'm like, okay, all right, maybe this is something I can do. Maybe I might be interested. Strong might. So we set up a time to talk, and she calls me, and she's going over the position, and I'm like, okay, mind you, I don't think I took this as serious as I should have, so I wasn't really ready for the call. So I feel like I kind of fumbled my way through that call with giving my experience and just trying to put on my best face because I really did not prepare myself. Because again, I'm thinking this is not going anywhere. So at the end of the call, she's like, I'm gonna give you a resume send me your resume, because mind you, here's the funny part, y'all. She didn't even have access to my resume. That's right. So now did I not apply for this job, but this lady also didn't have access to see my resume on LinkedIn. Somehow my resume was just not available. So now I'm like, okay, wait a minute, you're asking me to forward your resume because you don't have it? I'm thinking that you had it in front of you when we're going over my information, but you don't have it. So again, how did you find me? And then in my mind, I'm reminded God said they were going to find you. So, all right. So she's like, just forward me your resume. And I'm like, okay. And she said, well, she mentioned something about I didn't inquire about the salary. So I said, okay. No, that's what she said. She said, what salary are you looking for? And me being kind of scared to say the salary that God had told me, I just kind of gave a range, like between this and this. And do y'all know this lady literally says the salary that is going to be paying for this salary is this such and such number? And it's the exact number that God told me to ask for. Say whom? Huh? What? Who? Say that again? At that point, y'all almost dropped the phone. What? So here I am, y'all, at a company that is a temporary contract. They can lay us off at any time. God told me to wait for a company to find me. Don't apply to jobs, wait for the company to find me. And then not only that, ask for the specific salary. And all of this is playing out. Now in my mind, I'm thinking this is crazy. Like, what? This is too good to be true. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I forwarded her my resume, again, not thinking that I was going to get it, because y'all, like I said, I fumbled my way through that interview. I really fumbled my way through that interview. And then I'm telling all my family, yeah, I had an interview, and God told me to do this, and this could be the one, but I think I messed it up, so I'm pretty sure it's not. Y'all, the lady, true to her word, connects me with the hiring manager. I go to the interview. It's a 30-minute interview. I don't talk much. Y'all, the interview didn't even feel like an interview for real. It felt like a kind of get to know you. At least that's how the hiring manager put it. And if it was 30 minutes, we're doing good. And the interviewer, the hiring manager was like, I want you, period. I'm going to put you down and have you interview with with myself in person and these other two people. Be yourself, and I promise you're going to get a job. Y'all, okay. So now I'm sitting there like, oh, I think I have a shot at this. Like, is this for real? So, all right, y'all. So a couple of days go by, y'all, I'm getting nervous. I'm thinking, well, maybe the hiring manager just told me that. Maybe this is not real. Maybe I'm tripping. Again, maybe God is just fooling me. Again, God is not the author of confusion. Why I had that thought, I don't know, but okay. So a couple of days go by, I start to get worried. And right when I'm ready to be like, I'm telling my sister, man, I'm not even gonna take it. It doesn't even matter. Even if I was offered it, I shouldn't even take it, because I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe it's not what it is, and I'm probably not even gonna get it, so it doesn't even matter. That same day I told her that, they sent me an email saying, you've been selected to move on to the final round to interview with all three of these people. Okay, God, so you for real. You for real. So, okay, God, I see you. So I put in to take the day off with my current job, so that I could have time to prepare myself, because my current job, I was still stressed out, in the middle of an HR case, very unsure about what's gonna happen, because like I said, again, rumors are circulating that we're gonna be laid off by the end of the year, and everything is just so uncertain, and I'm just stressed out to the max. So I take the day off and I'm preparing. And something in my spirit I remember this peace coming over me on my way there. Just knowing that the job was already mine, that it was sealed. And it was even a moment, I remember y'all even be a moment being that feeling sorry for the other people that were going to interview. And it wasn't in a cocky way, but it was coming from a place of, I know what it's like to want a job and not receive and get the email that you haven't been selected. So that was where I was coming from. But there was just this thing of like, I know I got this. Like, I don't care who else thinks they got this. I know that this job is mine. So I'm on the way there, just singing in the car, praise, worshiping. So get there, and I just show up as myself. But by the end of the interview, they told me that I probably wouldn't hear anything back for about another week, because they had to finish interviewing people. I said, okay, because I knew the job was mine. Y'all, the next day, or no, should I say that? Yes, no, I'm lying. The next day, I got a call from the recruiter, and she left a voicemail asking me to call her, but I missed it. That was a Thursday, because my interview was on a Wednesday, but I missed the call. I'm losing my mind because the recruiter really didn't say much. And this, at this point, again, I'm back to second guessing myself. I called the recruiter the next day. Mind you, I had to go to the dentist with my husband. So I'm at the dentist office with my husband on a break from work, and I had called the recruiter that morning, and I thought I was going to hear something right back, but I hadn't. So I'm getting kind of worried, and I'm still in my thoughts. And my husband is just so reassuring, y'all. He's like, no, you got this. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all my husband was so supportive throughout this whole thing, he like my biggest cheerleader. And some would say that your husband is supposed to be that, but I don't take for granted anything that my husband is to me in any time, in any moment, because he doesn't have to. I am blessed, extremely blessed to have such a cheerleader on my team. So anyway, he had been reassuring me the whole way. You got this, baby. It's yours. I know they're gonna see in you what I see in you. Blah blah blah. So we're in the dentist office, and he's in the middle of his procedure, and I get the call, y'all, and they're like, "You got the job. You were selected. They want you. You're gonna start on this date. This is your salary, and welcome to the team." When I tell y'all, I cried. I just had never been so thankful because, y'all, God delivered on everything he said. He said the job was going to find me. Well, first, no, even going back before that, God told me that he would tell me when it was time to leave my current job. He would not leave me out there. I would not be laid off. He would not leave me out there. I lost faith. I was scared, but God met me on that promise. Number two, God told me that they would find me, and they found me. God told me not to apply to a job, not to. And I listened and I didn't, and that job found me, true to form. And then the salary. Highest salary I have made in my life. And God told me to ask for that. And it was delivered. So I'm hoping that whoever's watching the video, because I don't want this video to be long, because I feel like when I looked at it, it's already like 19 minutes in. I want to kind of end this here on a note. I don't want this to be no more than 25 minutes. So, but I'm going to say this. If you're in a season of your life and you're just unsure and things are just not looking good and you're worried and you're stressed, stop. Just stop. Sit down, pray about it, talk to God, the universe, whatever you believe in, because this video is for everybody, Whatever you believe in, just stop, pray, and ask for your steps to be ordered in your path, the path to be shown to you, and move forward in that way. God will never leave you nor forsake you. He will never tell you he's going to give you something and then leave you out there. Stop stressing, stop worrying, and just pray about it. Put it in God's hand, follow his direction, and just leave it there, because God can do the unthinkable. He can do the magnificent. He can do all things. He is not the God of confusion. He is the author of all things great. So if you are in between jobs or whatever situation you're in, I'm just encouraging you to just talk to God and trust God and know that everything's going to work out in your favor, because it absolutely is. You may not understand it, and you also may not understand the guidance that you're given, but trust the guidance and follow the guidance and let God order every step from there. I hope this is helpful for somebody. I hope that this is exactly what somebody needed to hear today, and I hope it reaches everybody that it's supposed to reach. All right? I love y'all. Thank y'all again so much for being a part of my community. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Okay? Until next time. And also know this, your time is coming. Trouble don't last always, problems don't last forever, and everything is always changing. Your situation will not last forever. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you will get to the end of that tunnel. All right? Love y'all.